everybody? This is your girl So Blue, and this ad is dedicated to my ladies, but fellas, y'all can benefit from this too. I want to take a minute and talk to you guys about Gracefully Adorned Jewelry Company. This company is based on love and positive vibes while inspiring others while selling $5 jewelry, okay? So ladies, that means you can get all kinds of jewelry, earrings, necklaces, bracelets, $5. Fellas, get a gift for your mama, baby mama, side chick, and your wife. $5, okay? So this is all you gotta do. Please go on Instagram right now and follow Gracefully Adorned 6 right now. The website www.gracefullyadorned.com and get to shopping, y'all. Tell them So Blue sent you. Sponsored by SoMovement.
Can you hear me out there? That's right, we hear you loud and clear. We got that good shit for you. DJ MarcusEl, don't forget it.
I can see you looking down on me. I hope I make you proud. Working for a better tomorrow than yesterday allows. Hard to see the path that you're on if you walk amongst the crowd, but that comes with the journey. Your shoes are filled with a purpose. I swear it all comes down to the gritty. Your support seems bitty. Money you have, you can't die with it. I mean, it all comes down to the specs. What they gon' say when they lay you to rest, huh? Whole lot of truthful shit, shoot, he never fucking missed. Damn, I hate to see this day. How you gon' take him away? If I die early by the hands of a pig, best believe he had to earn that shit, you dig? By all means, if a nigga kill me randomly on the street, the feds paid it. I produce too much honesty, and y'all still got hate for me? What I ever do but make y'all think? Just hit a nerve, you shoot before you say freeze. The only future we have was we create for ourselves. They wanna see us in jail, fuck charges, I still prevail. I'm not the one of many.
Hello. Welcome everyone to another episode of The Blue Room. I am your host, So Blue, and today I'm joined by one of my favorite people,
JSOP.
Hey, big bro. Welcome to The Blue Room.
Hey, what's going on?
How you feeling today?
I'm all right. Can't complain.
Yes, it's hot out here on this Sunday. We're recording on a Sunday, so by the time y'all hear it, maybe by the middle of the week sometime. So, but it's hot, okay? This July just smacked us right in the face. June was kind of pleasant, and like now is hot as hell for short words. So, welcome. This episode is called Saphire, and this is episode 4. And first, I want to start by apologizing to my people who support the Blue Room because we've been on an unannounced hiatus, but now we're back. Right, Jason?
Yeah, we're back.
And it feels good to be back. So, we're just going to get right into it. I couldn't help but come back today because so much has been going on in the media, in the world, that like I've been just like taking note of in my mind. And I just have to talk about some things. So first, I want to give a shout out. Okay, this is a girl power moment. Who runs the world? Girls, we do. Because the versus battles, the popularity of it has kind of simmered down a little bit. There hasn't been, to me, any artist that really popped as far as being so high with streams and being so like lit, for a lack of better words. But I want to give a shout out to a battle that everyone is still talking about, and that is Erykah Badu versus Jill Scott. And these ladies, let me tell you, y'all heard me talk about this. I want to say on episode 2 when I was like, I wasn't a big Erykah fan. Maybe that was episode 1. I was like, I'm not a big Erykah fan, but it seems like everyone now is a big Erykah and Jill fan. Recently, BET.com reported that both Jill and Erykah's streaming levels have increased by 217% since their versus battle, which is the highest streaming levels out of all the artists who have participated in the battles thus far. So I just gotta give a quick snap in the mic. Yes, bitch. Okay. I'm here for it. Jason, what you think about it? Like, because this has kind of been, they're the only female battle thus far, and they're winning with the streams. Like, what you think?
Well, I mean, they're two great artists. No surprise that they're getting a lot of love. I like it.
I like it too, because you know what? This isn't just a boys' game. You know what I'm saying? And some of the fellas who have been participating in the versus battle have been acknowledged. And besides Jill and Erica being number one as far as being ranked as the best battle, number two that came in was RZA versus Premier, which is cool. And then Little John versus T-Pain was number three, which I do remember seeing some snippets of that. So those gentlemen have also been doing good. Their streams have kind of risen. Not as much as Erica and Jill. Haha, but you know. And then Timberland and Swiss Beast, who started this whole trend, actually ranks in the middle at number 4. So, which is kind of surprising for me. So I just wanted to do a quick little recap and shout out to them because yeah, who runs the world? Girls. And Erica and Jill, not for nothing, have classic music. I'm learning to become an Erykah Badu fan, guys. So let's snap it up for growth. Hallelujah, won't he do it? Like, it's, yeah. So I'm excited about it. And yeah, so I was just like, what other battles would I like to see? Like, I need to get this lit again because I feel like the 90s and the 80s was such a poppin' time that, you know, our generation who are in our, you know, 20s, early 30s, like, we still, I don't know about y'all, maybe I can't speak for everybody, but for myself, I still love that era. I still jam to all the hits from that era to get my day going. So I was thinking to myself, what other battles would I like to see? And I want to see some more girl battles. I want to see a girl group battle. That's what I really want to see. I was thinking this in my mind, Jay, so I was like, I want to see Escape versus Destiny's Child. What you think?
Oh, that's definitely something different.
I want to see Destiny's Child, and I want to see Destiny's Child all in one room together. Like, it's going to be hard to get all of them in one room together because we are in quarantine, but I want to see, like, Beyonce, Kelly, Michelle, and LaToya in one room against Escape with Candy. We have a Tiny, I don't know the other two girls' names, but they be singing. But, you know, those two to make 4, and then the Destiny's Child 4. I would love to see that. Like, and I would be singing and jamming the entire time. And you know what? Not for nothing, I don't want to make this totally about the culture because, you know, all lives matter. And I do take that seriously. I would love to see, like, a country battle, J-So. And, like, you're more into the country music than me, but we haven't seen, or, like, a rock battle. Like, I would love to see, like, Pink versus Christina Aguilera, like a rock pop battle. I think that would be dope because I love both. First off, I think both of those girls can sing. That's number 1. They're like number 1 still in my book. And I would just love to see some different music popping up in these battles. Jason, what are some country artists you think you would like to see?
Florida Georgia Line and maybe Zach Brown Band would be a good one.
Okay. I don't know none of these guys, but okay. That may be lit. I love Blake Shelton is the only country guy I be like shouting out. Whenever like someone mentions country, I'm like, oh, Blake Shelton, I know him. So I would love to see him in a battle. I would love to see something like maybe like Maroon 5 versus like, I don't know, the Jonas Brothers or something of that nature. So yeah. That's some ideas versus TV. Get your girl Soul Blue on now. I'll get y'all popping with the idea and the creativity, okay? We can expand the brand now. Of course, you know, our culture with our R&B, soul, hip-hop, and rap, like, we are the culture. So, of course, we started the trend. We're going to keep that trend going. But I would love to see it spread out to some other musical genres to see how that goes. So, again, big shouts out to Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. I think that's amazing. And yeah, I just had to say something about that. So on to what everyone is talking about these days. And child, where's my drink? Where is it? Okay, let me grab my wine real quick. I gotta take a sip of my wine because, child, it's an entanglement. J-So, have you ever been in an entanglement?
I can't say I've ever been in a real entanglement.
Okay, so you've never been involved with someone who you probably shouldn't have been involved with, and feelings became more than what they should have been. That's what you're telling me.
Not by accident. as they're trying to say.
Yo, I can't even front. I've been in an entanglement, but I've never called it an entanglement until this recent story about our friends, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, and August Alsina. Okay, so of course everyone knows the story, but in case you've been living under the rock for the past 2 weeks, I will go ahead and break the story down. So August Alsina went onto the Breakfast Club and he mentioned, I don't even know how the conversation came up, but he mentioned somehow Jada Pinkett Smith and mentioned their relationship, and basically it was just saying he was in love, child, like absolute love. He was in a relationship. Will co-signed. He knew the whole time. Like, bruh, I have keys to the guest house. Xbox is hooked up, Wi-Fi, logins, all straight. Like, I'm here. Okay, Jada knows where to find me on this side of the house, and I'm here. Okay, like that's how he tried to make it sound. And the whole internet went crazy. Everyone started saying things, and I can't even lie, I went crazy myself just because I had to think back. I'm a big Red Table Talk fan. I love that talk show. I think Jada Pinkett Smith has the perfect platform to even put that show out, and I love what it represents with people coming to the table, whatever issue or questionable act that happened, we're just going to come right here, say your truth, and then we're going to move past it. Like, I love that aspect. And I think, honestly, side note, if we all did that in our friendships and relationships personally or romantically or whatever, there would be a lot less breakup, haterade, all that going around. Back to the topic at hand. So after August Alsina went on the Breakfast Club, proclaimed his love, Will and Jada went quiet. Like crickets. No one got nothing to say. And finally, Jada decided to bring herself to the red table. And when I heard she was going to do it, I was excited because I was just like, yes, like I need to hear from your mouth what this is. Because honestly, I can't lie, I didn't think, it's hard. I kind of thought something was going on, but I didn't. And what made me think something was going on was, I remember when the red table first started, August Alsina was a guest. And he was on the show just like as a friend to the family, but too close to the family. Like you calling Jada's mom Grammy like you're Willow. And I'm like, wait, why do you know her as Grammy? That needs to be Mrs. Okay, like how do you, so that was kind of fishy. Of course, everyone has seen pictures of them on red carpets, wherever they are, hanging out. And of course, they're a little bit closer than regular friends. I have male best friends who do not put their hands on the side of my waist in that way when we take photos. I'm gonna just keep it real. But in any case, that was Jada and August. And so it's like a part of me thought maybe, but I was like, no, not Jada, because Jada's too real for that. Jada's too clutch. Like Jada wouldn't do that. And so when August came out with this, that opened the whole can of worms again, because y'all tried to make it seem so much like Jada came in August's life to help him. He was like strung out on drugs. He didn't have much going for him. So here comes Jada saving the day, bringing August love and good vibes, restoring his health, and they're just quote unquote friends. So now August is saying, no, we weren't just friends. We were in love. She nursed me to health and I nursed her to health. So when Jada came to this red table, and Will was there, I can't lie, Jay, so I have to keep it real. I thought it was very calculated. I felt like they were kind of like robots just going through the motions, like, this is what happened. Ha ha ha. It's not true. We didn't say anything, but it's okay. We had our issues. It's okay. That's it. Okay. And number one, I also want to mention too is any other red table talk is 30 minutes, 20 minutes at the least. But this red table talk was 13 minutes. It was like 12 minutes, basically 13 minutes of them talking. I was just like, Jada, you got more to say, child. you got some more explaining to do, ma'am, because I don't think what you did was enough. And we don't know the footage. We don't know who their producer is. Their producer could be A1 and cut out all the in between, because I do feel like Their positioning did change throughout the video. I can tell that Will's eyes got a little bit redder and his face, sorry light skin guys, but it shows. Your face got a little bit, flushed, a little bit more pinkish in the face. So it's hard to tell if through that whole time Will was just cool. You know what I'm saying? So JSO, I gotta ask you, okay? Oh, before I ask you, JSO, let me put in this little bit of knowledge. That apparently from Jada's Red Table Talk, when she was talking to Will, that she said, number one, that her and Will were separated. And they never really said who caused the separation. But I do remember Jada telling Will, or Will saying, I was done with you. At that time in our lives, I was done with you. And Jada was like, yes, you were done with me. So that kind of leads me to think like, okay, like something happened. It could have been on Jada's side, but in any case, Will is the reason why we are separated. Jada didn't want to separate. He was the reason. So because of that, here comes August. So Jason, my question to you is, like, if you were in that situation, you were taking a break from your girl, because you're not married. So you're taking a break from your girl, and something like this, an entanglement happens with her and another younger fella. Let's put that out there, younger fella. How would you feel?
I think this whole thing is fake. Honestly.
You think it's fake?
I think the whole thing is fake. If it really did happen, I think she's a harlot. She's
not a harlot.
and I think because of her position in the quote unquote black community, she's coming out and making it okay for other women to be harlots in a marriage and setting a new premise on this is how the marriage is now. If you get sick of your spouse, you can get in an entanglement, and it's all for the greater good because we have to stick together for the kids. And
well, I don't. Okay, let's back it up because I do want to take notice to the fact that yes, no one's mad at Jada right now. Like no one's.
She's a harlot. Let's be perfectly honest. She's a floozy.
No one's mad at Jada right now. Everyone is really mad at the men. They're looking at Will Smith crazy, and they're definitely looking at August Alsina crazy. But yeah, no one's really mad at Jada right now. But if you told your spouse or your partner, I want to take a break, is it up to the partner or you to set the boundaries on what that break means?
No, but you don't go out in public and talk about this. You don't air the dirty laundry out. If it really did happen, and it's just too publicized. It is. It's way too publicized, I will say that. And I think it's a huge distraction for real problems going on now, which is a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. But
listen, let me tell you, we are still in quarantine lockup. Okay, I can't. All my shows, I'm getting nervous now because all the shows that I recently watched the new seasons for, they're supposed to be reboots and stuff coming up. New series that have been, revised and stuff that's supposed to be coming up. And we still in quarantine lockdown. So I know no shooting for my next season is coming. So my wintertime TV schedule, I'm gonna keep it real, guys. It's looking pretty bleak. So yes, Will, Jada, and August is giving me all the Lifetime dramas that I need in my life right now. And I don't feel bad for even taking this time to talk about it on the Blue Room because it's giving me life. Like it's giving everybody life just to even see the messiness. And let's keep it clear. This is not Jada's fault for why the information has been told. This is August's fault. The man. Okay, so I'm really trying to figure out what kind of stunt was he trying to prove. It could have been, yes, he could be just trying to get his name trending on Twitter again, for all we know. But I don't want it to look like, I don't know. Let me put myself in the shoes. I would feel like if I was in a relationship or a marriage and we're separated or taking a break, we have to establish what that means. And if you don't give me boundaries, then I'm going to do what I want. Especially if the man was the one to tell me I need a break from you. Oh, you need a break from me, child? Okay, bet. Then I'm going to give you all the break you need. You don't want to tell me what the limitations in the middle of that means? Cool. I'm going to do what I want. I kind of think that's what happened with Jada. I do. Like, I can't lie. So, I mean, And I think what made me so annoyed about it was when Jada was talking about it, she could have just said it exactly how I said it. Will didn't give me no limitations on the separation. We're doing our own thing. This is what happened. Instead of just saying, "Oh, I was in an entanglement with August." What does that mean? What was entangled? Like I can't get with the in between. Like either it was or it wasn't. Either you were in a relationship with him on the low or you wasn't. Let's not pretend like you weren't just on these red carpets with this man hugged up. Like I've seen the memes. So I think that's what kind of made me thrown off. And I don't know. It's kind of weird. I do want to read one quote that Jada said during the Red Table, and she said, "I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation." Oh, I'm sorry, no. This is August Alsina who said this, and this is what I wanted to point out. "I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation, Alsina said, due to transformation from their marriage to life partnership they have spoken of on several times, and not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing." So that quote, when I heard that at the Breakfast Club, so I can't lie, so many parts on this that just threw up red flags. Number one, would you ever sit down with your partner's side piece and have a conversation with them about being involved with your partner?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I was just like, in what real world, separated or not, like, when would it ever be okay to sit down with someone's real life partner and, have that kind of conversation?
It's not okay. And this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to normalize a broken family, and they're trying to normalize it so that 10 years from now, this is a perfectly regular thing to do, and the nuclear family dies. That's what they want in my view.
So, and then part two of what August said that kind of threw me, when he said the transformation of their marriage to a life partnership. I think that part is what I agree with you, Jay. So trying to normalize that it's okay to, I guess, defer from the vows that you set with your husband or your wife to all of a sudden now just call them a partner. So like, again, that leaves that gray area of what does a partner mean? Like, would you ever think that would be an option, Jay? So if you ever get to that level, would you go from having a wife to just a partner?
No.
Why?
Because it's not right. There's this new thing that they're trying to push. The word partner, you're going to hear that a lot more. It's been coming up the last few years. Mm-hmm. Normally it's talking about people on the other side, man on man, woman on woman. Now they're trying to integrate it into the regular marriage. And now instead of being a married couple, now you're going to be partners. Now, anybody can cheat, anybody can do this, and mm-hmm. and it's perfectly okay, you know. So
yeah, that's that gray area, because again, if there's no boundary set in that title change, then anything goes. And I'm not for that anything goes. Like, if we married by the law, then we married in real life. Like, there's no in between, there's no swinging, we're bringing people in. Like, it's you and I. And if that other person can't commit to you and I for an extended period of time, then it's better to just get a divorce, I say, than an entanglement. An entanglement is messy. And because of all this, I think it's messy that August, as of last night, early morning, in the middle of the night, released a single called Entanglement featuring Rick Ross. And I'm like, perfect stunt to pull. Because as soon as I woke up this morning, that's the first thing that I saw on my feed everywhere was August's Alsina's new song. And I'm just like, so I want to read a little lyric from the track because I think it's funny. He said, the definition of entanglement is when you tangle in the sheets. And I'm like, so you're basically telling us what it was then. Like, you're telling us that, y'all were entangled in that romantic way. And And if that's what it was, then sir, you going against what you just said on the Breakfast Club, because you just said on the Breakfast Club that you spoke with Will, and due to the transformation of the relationship, he gave his blessing on it not involving romanticism, but yet you're entangled in the sheets. Like, which one is it, August? Was it a friendly friendship that just had deep emotions in it, or were you entangled in the sheets like you said with Rick Ross? Like, I can't. So to a certain degree, Jay, so I do agree with what you first said when we started this segment, that yes, this is a publicity stunt. Absolutely. I think mostly on August's part than anybody.
And I mean, just remember, the black woman in America is the last one to get married.
We are.
And the divorce rate in the black community is really high as well.
It is.
So bringing in stuff like this, do you think that makes it better or makes it worse?
Absolutely worse. Yeah.
So none of this is good. None of it. and it's a distraction. And they're just normalizing it for the younger generation that's coming up. And now entanglements just going to be normal, and it's sad.
It's going to be the joke for this upcoming generation is an entanglement. They are going to, I can foresee it now in the next few, maybe 10 years, as it being a relationship feature on Facebook or Instagram. I am currently in an entanglement. And I don't agree. I honestly don't agree with it. Like you mentioned, Jay, so black women, we are the lower end of the spectrum as far as being married in America. And there can be so many different reasonings for why we want to say that is. And that's another topic for another day on the Blue Room. But absolutely, with that being it, I don't want to say terrible. It is terrible. And it's hard to see someone like Jada Pinkett Smith, who, her and Will have been together, I think 20 plus years. They have 2 beautiful children. They both have thriving careers. So when you see stuff like this happen to them, it's just gosh, you were one of the golden, one of the golden couples for Black America.
And what other race or ethnic group do you see doing this?
Whoa.
That's all I'm saying. Why does black folk have to lead in immorality?
I think our stories are more interesting. I think it does happen in other cultures and other races.
I don't see Muslims doing this. You see Muslims doing this?
I think Muslims are, some of them believe in multiple wives. What's that? Polygamy? They believe in that. So they have entanglements all the time. So Muslims, that's not a good example. But,
I'm talking about I guess so. But I mean traditional Muslims.
Traditional Muslims.
They get together, they stay married.
That is true.
You know what I mean? It may be arranged, but they stay married. You know.
But other races, you see this. You just don't see it as publicized, because I think black people, we're just so interested, man. We can't help but bring attention to ourselves. But definitely white America, Latino America, this is happening everywhere, I think, especially during this time and day and time where things like partnership can be a term or an option in a marriage. I think when that's even an option that's on the table, that's when these kinds of situations pop up. So I don't know, man. Entanglements. Don't get entangled, okay? And I can't lie, real quick, and then we're going to move to the next topic. I love the memes. If you want a good laugh for the day, go search some entanglement memes, okay? I saw, and y'all know I'm churchy. I told y'all that in episode 1. So I saw a meme that had Donnie McClurkin singing "Stand with the Be Not Entangled" in that bondage. I can't. So do not, guys. Do not be entangled in that bondage again. You stand for what you're in. If you're in a relationship with one person, be with that one person. If it's monogamy that you're aiming for, please be monogamous. So yeah, I had to throw that out there because that meme was hilarious. So on to our next topic. I do want to have a quick little segment on Black Lives Matter. I do want to mention all the hard work that's going on out there, because our work is not done. And I did talk a little bit about this in episode 3 about what's going on with Black Lives Matter, but I have to bring it back on episode 4 because there are protests still going on, work still being done in the communities, trying to get just some answers. As far as I can hear, the case on George Floyd is kind of it's kind of quiet. But as of recently, there has been protests in Kentucky for the case of Breonna Taylor, which I think is not being as talked about as it should have been. I think her case was really, really sad because in her case, there wasn't a question of was she doing something criminal? Was she at a place that she wasn't supposed to be? Like, this woman was literally in her house, laying down, minding her business, trying to sleep for her next work shift, and the police bust in and kill her. It's murder, okay? I don't know what you want to call it, what other people want to call it. It's murder. So because of this, it's been over 120 days and there still has not been any charges executed towards the officers or anyone involved in the case of Breonna Taylor. And because of this, a mass crowd of protesters went to the Kentucky Attorney General's home this past Tuesday to protest, to ask for justice. And I want to just mention that because of that protest, 87 people were arrested and they were charged from being at his home. And the home of the Attorney General, his name is Daniel Johnson of Kentucky. And there were celebrities, there were lots of people out there. But I want to mention Portia Williams because she's on Dish Nation, which is another show that I love, and that's amazing. And she was actually, and she's also on Real Housewives of Atlanta for my ratchet TV that I love to enjoy. But yeah, so she was one of the protesters who were arrested during this protest. And she is actually being charged at the moment. She's facing 5 years actually in prison for participating in the protest. So I don't know. It's hard to watch. I do want to read a quick deleted Instagram post from Portia Williams where she said, "Wow, at Daniel J. Cameron, you really took the time to upgrade 1 out of 3 of our charges to felony. This is disgusting. Meanwhile, not one peep about the botched investigation of Breonna Taylor's murder." And then she went on to say, "Plus, not one arrested cop. Instead, you celebrate your bride, and give them active desk duty to keep these killers protected. You can't possibly think this is okay. Sure, create the possibility for peaceful protesters to get locked up for 1 to 5 years, but absolutely no accountability for your officers." I don't know. Like, I can't help but stand by Portia in this. It sucks to see one of our celebrities, one of our own in our African American community actually have to be arrested in a protest. I do want to shout out to her because she does have a background with her grandfather. He was heavily involved in the civil rights movement. So it's good to see that she's continuing that legacy and she's getting involved. But it's just what she's saying is facts. Like, you're spending time to charge 87 plus people speaking the truth. That why hasn't no officer been arrested or even charged with anything? Like, it makes no sense. And she was murdered. And I can't help but take it personally because I'm a woman. And I think Black women in America, we have the hardest struggle, which is why the most pressure is put on us, because we're of the lowest race. African Americans, people just automatically just don't like us because we're Black. And then we're a woman, so we're not a man. We have to fight literally for everything. So it's hard to be a Black woman in America as it is, but then to be a Black woman in America minding your business and sleeping in your home and you get murdered and no one says nothing. That's absurd. No one gets charged. No one gets convicted. It's absurd. So I just wanted to say a quick shout out to Portia Williams. We stand by you here at the Blue Room. We don't know you personally, but sis, you a sis, okay? And we stand by you. It's terrible. And I'm just hoping for something to come as a resolution. Because like I said earlier in the show, all lives matter. The Blue Room, we believe that. But during this time, Black lives do matter. And I appreciate the peaceful protests that are going on. I appreciate seeing protests of, just driving. I was driving down Oakland Mills Road in Columbia one day, and I saw one lady standing on the side of the road with a Black Lives Matter sign. And just seeing that, it makes it better than to see, us out there breaking businesses down and destroying property to make a point. Like, just subtly standing there with your sign, it makes people think as they go out throughout their day. So keep up the good work, guys. For those of you who are in the streets, pushing the cause, just keep up the good work. Because it's not going to be in vain. A change is going to come. We just got to keep our heads up and high and motivated. And I do want to say, from the Blue Room, a quick rest in peace, RIP to two civil rights activists who definitely made a difference in our community. One of them that I do want to mention is U.S. Representative John Lewis, who passed away this past Friday due to pancreatic cancer. Great guy. He is known for battling Jim Crow laws, and he's also the last surviving speaker from the March on Washington with Dr. Martin Luther King in the 60s. So it's like, it's crazy. He's the history, so to see him go, it's hard to see. He was such a great man. He announced earlier in 2019, around December of 2019, that he was battling stage 4 pancreatic cancer, but he was determined to fight through it. And unfortunately, this past Friday, he also passed away. But I want to mention another civil rights leader who passed away the exact same day as U.S. Representative John Lewis, and that is the Reverend C.T. Vivian. He passed away as well the same day this past Friday at age 95. John Lewis was 80 years old, and Reverend C.T. Vivian was 95. He was also, Reverend C.T. Vivian was also a civil rights activist who worked very closely with Dr. Martin Luther King. And he was a leader walking beside him at the March on Washington as well. So from the Blue Room, we want to send our condolences and our respects to U.S. Representative John Lewis's family and the Reverend C.T. Vivian's family. Our hearts are with you. Two amazing, great men in our history have gone on, and we send our condolences. So, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to take a sip of this wine, and when we get back, we're going to play a quick game called One Gotta Go. So, stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, it's the kid J So Paid, the engineer for the official Blue Room podcast, and we're going to keep the show going momentarily, but before I do, I just want to talk to you about one thing. I know it's the quarantine, everybody gaining a little weight. Even myself, I found myself putting on a few pounds, but in just a few weeks, I found a way to lose 15. And you want to know how I did it? Lepitox. Yeah, that's right. Lepitox. Hey, we're talking quick results, stops your body from storing excess weight, controls your hunger, burns the toxins in your body. You can't find it anywhere else, not in GNC, not in your grocery store. But what you can do is go right over to SoMovement.com and you click that tab, recent projects. And the first thing you'll see is lose weight with Lepitox. You click that link and we're going to send you over a bottle of it. And guess what? It's going to be $40 off. That's right, $40 off just for shopping with SoMovement. And guess what? The shipping's free. And that's all on us. Now, keep watching the Blue Room. And don't forget, keep going to SoMovement.com to find more episodes of the Blue Room and more deals just like this one.
Hey, welcome back to the Blue Room. Thank you guys for sticking with us for episode 4 called Saphire. I am your host, the one and only So Blue, and I'm joined by my guest co-host for the day,
J So Paid,
Big Bro, aka Big Bro. So Real quick, before we get into our game of the episode, I wanted to do a quick recap of where you can find us in all social media outlets so that there's no confusion. You can find me on Instagram at So Blue So True all together, or you can follow our page at the Blue Room Official, and then you can follow JSO
At Paid Like Jay on Instagram.
Absolutely. And then don't forget to subscribe to our SoMovement page on YouTube. Subscribe. Please like and share the podcast as much as you can. The more likes and shares, the better. And yeah, we're having a good time. We're rocking out. The Blue Room is going to be back in full demand, so please don't worry. We are here for y'all guys. We have so much to talk about, so much music to put out there. I'm looking to get some guests on the show eventually one of these days. So y'all stay tuned for that. If you're interested, definitely hit me up on one of my social media platforms and we can go from there. If you're ever interested in getting your music featured on my show, please email me at my email address. It's theblueroom.somovement@gmail.com. Please email MP3 tracks only, no YouTube links, only the MP3 tracks, and we'll definitely figure out a way to get you featured on the show. So, my favorite time, game time. We're going to play a little game that is called One Has to Go. I have 3 categories of things I would like to talk about, and JSO, you and I are going to debate which one has to go. And we're first going to talk about the ones that we want to stay, and then we'll end with telling you which one is going to go. So, first category is food. Okay, JSO?
Right.
So here's the little subcategories in food. Seafood, poultry, beef, and pork. Okay? We got to say which one of these foods has to go. But we're going to start with which one we're going to keep. So you want me to go first or you want to go first?
Seafood and chicken stays.
Seafood, why? Tell me why.
Seafood, it's got to stay. Crab cakes, shrimp, even like clams and stuff. Like, can't live without them. Of course, fish. And then yeah, poultry. You can't go without them.
I feel you.
I can do without red meat.
I feel you. For my side, I would have to say the first 2 to stay for me would be poultry and beef. And I'm going to tell you why. Of course, chicken. I love everything chicken cooked any type of way. Flats, team flats is me, okay? All the time. So yeah, I definitely need chicken in my life. And then poultry goes to turkey too. Like turkey is great in spaghetti. Honestly, I actually prefer turkey over beef in spaghetti. That's just me though. But yeah, so poultry definitely has to stay. Beef has to stay because I love steak, y'all. I'm a bougie eater, so I love my steak cooked well done every time. If steak is an option on the menu, I'm most likely going to get it wherever I go. So yeah, beef has to stay for me. Okay, so for you, JSO, which I kind of agree with yours. We're kind of the same besides I prefer beef over seafood. For you, JSO, what's left is beef and pork. Which one gotta go?
Pork gotta go.
Why?
It's the most unhealthy for you out of all of them.
Bacon!
Only thing about pork is bacon. I don't, ham doesn't do anything for me.
I don't like no neck bones. What about pig feet?
Pig feet is a luxury. I mean, it's cool, but it's not like I wake up in the morning and say I gotta get some pig feet. So,
man,
your pork gotta go.
Pig feet is a southern delicacy, so you would rather keep beef.
Yeah, if you had to keep one, out of the 4, I keep beef.
True, I feel you. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I'm not a pig feet eater, so that would never affect me. But my final 2 that I have to pick between is pork and seafood. So this is hard for me, y'all, because pork, I can't lie, I do like pork. I am a southern eater, and I love me a good neck bone, y'all. I love me a good neck bone. I love me a good pork rib. I love me some bacon on top of my burger. So pork is kind of necessary for me. That's the only time that I really eat pork though. I eat pork chops randomly, but bacon on my burger is kind of necessity. Like if I go somewhere and I can't get bacon on my burger, like I don't mind paying the extra $2 for the bacon because I like it. And then seafood, I love shrimp. Like I love fish, I love crab, I love lobster. I love all that. I don't like clams. I don't like oysters. Nastiest things I've ever tasted in my life. But I like crawfish. So I love me a good seafood boil. But if I had to pick, I think I would go with seafood for me. Because I need me a good surf with my turf. So when I'm eating my steak, I need me a good shrimp. So I think I would pick seafood. So I guess, Jay, so you and I both can agree that pork is out of there, right?
Yep.
So that's what's up. Okay, on to the next one. We're gonna do vacation sceneries. Okay, so here are our 4 options to pick from: the mountains, beach, the city, or in the country. Okay, so what's the first one that you want? Or you want me to go first? Oh, let me go first, Jason. First one I'm gonna keep is beach. I think I'm gonna keep the beach and the mountains because those are the 2 extremes that I love. I love going to the beach and it's hot and sandy and I can wear whatever. I love going to the beach, especially in the summer. I've never been to the beach in like the fall or winter time, but I can imagine it sucks. So definitely in the summertime, the beach is lit. And then I love the mountains. I've been telling, shouts out to my girl Leandra. I know she's listening right now. I've been telling my friends, my best friends that I've had since forever, that I want to go on a ski trip. And they keep looking at me like, boo boo, black people don't ski. And I'm like, why don't we ski? What is our problem, Jay? So that black people don't ski. What is it?
I think it's just limitations they put on themselves. I wouldn't mind skiing.
You would see, Leandra, you heard him. J-So's coming on the ski trip. So I've been trying to plan the ski trip for the longest time, like over a year. And my friends keep telling me, like, black people don't ski. I don't want to ski. It's cold. But I like the cold. Like, I like the hot because it's warm. You can wear whatever you want. I like the cold because you can cuddle up. I like the fire that you can put in the fireplace and you can get some hot chocolate. The cold is romantic to me. The cold, when it's cold, it just makes me feel like loving. Like, I need to go find someone to hug and love on so we can be warm together. Like, that's how I be thinking. So definitely the beach and the mountains have to stay for me. What about you, J-So?
The beach and the country.
Okay, why?
Because I hate the city. It's a real easy one there. I don't like the city.
Yeah, the city is cool. I think I like the city because of the lights. I like seeing a lot of lights. I like feeling like there's life going on around me. Growing up in Howard County, I'm used to things kind of shutting down like around 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Everything gets dark and quiet outside. All the kids are in because the street lights is on. So like I kind of like if I'm in a city. I've never been to Vegas. Random fact about me. Never been, always wanted to go. Just so I can be up at like 2 a.m. and see a strip full of people just walking around living their best lives and lights are everywhere. Like, I don't know, I just kind of like that. So for the last 2 for me to pick from, I have the city and the country. And shout out to my family on both my mom and my dad's side. We are North Caroliners by blood. Me and my brother here just happened to be born in Maryland, but our family is based in Fayetteville, North Carolina, or Winston-Salem, North Carolina is where basically our family's from. So I enjoy the South. I like the country. I like the dirt roads. I hate the mosquitoes. I am still scarred physically and emotionally from my childhood, from when we went down there and the mosquitoes tore my little melanin up. But I love the country. I love the relaxedness of it. Could I live there? No, but we talking about vacationing. So I love how slow it can be, how everyone's nice. and talking to you, and they're like, "Hey, John Boy, how you doing? I'm good, Sally Sue. Thank you." Like, I like that. Like, I love that dynamic of the country. And the food is amazing. I eat greatly every time I go down south. So that's another thing. And then the city, like I said earlier, I love the lights. I love the activity of the city. I love the fast pace kind of. I love all that. So, golly, if I had to pick, I don't know. I think I would pick the city. I would. The country could have. The country would go. I can't. That sounds terrible, but
Wow.
the South is in my blood. So wherever I go, I have that Southern cuisine in my blood wherever I go. So I could make me some collard greens and neck bones if I want. But the city is just, if I'm vacationing and I want to see something different than slow paced, slow moving, I would love to go to a city like Vegas or New York City, Chicago, one of those cities where life is kind of moving kind of fast. Nobody knows your name, but it's okay because they can get to know your name. So, yeah, I would have to pick the city for me. What about you, Jay? So the last two for you is either the city or the mountains.
The city goes.
City goes. Why? You'd rather go to the mountains or the city?
I've lived in the city 3 years now.
You do.
If I never came back, it wouldn't bother me.
I can't lie. You live on the quiet side of the city right now. Like, I like this side of the city. It's pretty quiet out here.
Yeah, like, and even still, it's not the same as being in the country. I just want my own space. I don't want to be living on top of somebody else. I don't want to hear what other people are doing down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Traffic, the congestion, the pollution, trash everywhere. You can't escape that in the city, except for maybe in Virginia, to keep Virginia really clean, that I've seen. But it's horrible. So many people aren't supposed to be this stacked up on each other. People need space to roam.
I agree. The congestion in a city can be overwhelming sometimes. So I definitely don't want to fight you there. So yeah, I guess, I don't know, both of us, but see, you live in the city, so of course you wouldn't want a vacation in the city, so that makes sense for you. I live in the suburbs, so if I go to like a little fast-paced city that's not too ratchet, I'm here for it. So that's fun. Okay, so on to our last category, music. Okay, so one has to go. We have R&B, rap / hip hop, we're gonna put that together, gospel, and country / rock. I'm gonna put those two together because it was hard for me to separate. So tell me which ones you would keep, Jay, so out of those four.
I'll keep hip hop, I'll keep country, and I'd keep gospel over R&B, honestly.
Really? Why?
R&B serves no real purpose, especially nowadays. Just because I take country over R&B any day, because R&B is basically, now, if you compare the two, R&B is just dirty. You know what I mean? It's just dirty. It's just, they don't try to disguise it. That's why I love country, because country, it's the same thing. I like this girl, I want to get with her, and blah blah blah. But
cold beer on a Friday night.
But they're not saying, "Oh, I'm about to grab her." "Oh, does she like when I do this?" And it's like, it's just so dirty now. It's
I don't think, but you gotta take in consideration. Like, I would first, let me say what I would keep. I'm gonna keep R&B as number one, because I don't listen to all of the R&B of nowadays, but I love me some 90s and 80s R&B, and that's the R&B that you got, the classics that you just gotta hold on to, because it's different. You have the love sex song R&B, you have the heartbroken R&B, like, you have so much variety, I think from the earlier years in the 80s and 90s, even the 70s. The 60s is a little bit before my time, but I love me some Whitney, and I think Whitney came out in the late 70s, early 80s. So I have to put the 70s in there as well. So R&B would stay for me. You're crazy. And second to stay for me will be gospel, because like I said, I am churchy. Like, I love the Lord. He heard my cry 100. Like, so I love gospel. Gospel, I think, has started a lot of the trends that you find in all music. I think gospel is a trend-setting music genre that is honestly not given enough credit. And it's okay, because, you know, Jesus wasn't popular at first when he first became known to man. But yeah, gospel, I think the music itself has set a lot of the trends, musical trends that you hear, even in hip hop and country. There be some country artists trying to growl like they sing and sending up my timber. So I'm just saying. So gospel and R&B definitely has to stay. And my last two would be rap and hip hop, or rock and country. And just because I'm not a big country fan, I have to stick with my rap and hip hop, because yeah, rap and hip hop, that's my ratchet music. I don't really turn up too often, but when I do, I definitely have to have me some rap in there. And yeah, that rap also tells a story too that I think sometimes gets undermined by the drugs and the money and the twerking big booty bitches and all that. Like, it gets undermined sometimes, and you definitely have to take in consideration the stories that can be told through a 16 bar in rap music. So I'm definitely here for it. So yay, that was fun, wasn't it, J-So?
Yeah, very fun.
Very fun. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been another great episode of The Blue Room. We will be back soon with another episode. If you guys ever have any topics you think I need to mention or you would love for me to talk about, please reach out to me on our Instagram page at The Blue Room Official, or you can reach out to us even on Facebook. Just look up The Blue Room Podcast. Send me a message, send me a DM, let me know what you're thinking. If there's something I need to improve, y'all, let me know, because listen, we need to build up and support each other. So that's what The Blue Room is all about. J-So, any following or closing remarks or anything?
Everybody stay safe out there. And follow my Instagram and Twitter, Paid Like J, PAID, like, and JAY. Thanks.
Definitely. Please wear your mask, y'all. Like, I didn't want to talk about that today, but coronavirus is real. These cases are rising and falling by the week. So don't think that you're exempt. Do the right thing. Wash your hands. Put a mask on. If it's not required for you to go, don't go. And yeah, let's all keep each other lifted up, keep each other safe. Let's all just look out for one another. So thank you for joining me on The Blue Room. I'm your girl, So Blue.
And I'm J-So Paid.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
All right.